Hi Ghosties, this is my Ghostie and welcome back to part 2 of Never Heart. Let's just carry this on. I'm a prisoner. I live in a square box without doors or windows, and don't know why. I have nothing but a sewing kit in my possession. My role in the bleak world is to mend dolls. I know what kinds of silk are the lightest and which, wherever that says, fabrics are best. And my skill at embroidery is top notch. When I take in these rag-patched up dolls and make them exquisite works of art, the corners of their mouths curl into smiles. But now I have a new friend. Aside from my sewing kit, the roof of my prison creaks open and pours in. And light pours in. Whoops. I look up and see strings of broken limbs and entrails falling into my cell, spattering my face with icy cold lewd. Fix them. That's what the voice tells me to do. I want to run away, but the cold walls rein me in. Even if I cried out until my voice went hoarse, no one would come to take these things away. I grab a doll and curl up in a corner of my prison, exhausted from crying. I hear a sound, a slight movement. It sounds like something is crawling on the ground, gathering it together. It makes wet, slopping noises. It does so. Whoops. I'm too scared to open my eyes, but I do, and I look in the direction of the sound. A creeping shadow with a disfigured shape parts of its resemble human limbs. It seems to have noticed that I'm looking at it. It convulses and begins crawling towards me. Oh, fuck that. The pieces that resemble limbs, they are making those sounds. I cover my ears and try to shrink into the corner as far as I can, but I can still hear it crawling towards me, closer now. As the monster crawls towards me, some limbs fall off and land on the floor with a dull sound. They crave for what to hold them together. My needlework. Stay away, don't come any closer, I screamed as its sounds draw even closer and it stops. A long silence ensues. I pull my hands from my ears and open my eyes. It's right here, right in front of me, reaching out for my sewing kit. Deep despair engulfs me, and I can't even make a sound. The doll in my arms suddenly moves and gently hugs me. Oh, flippin' hell. The monster in my prison, the darkness, all of them are gone. I find myself huddled in the corner of a corridor. Outside is a tree in a silent courtyard, its dark leaves blocking the sun and only allowing small rays to filter through, the leaves rustling slightly in the wind. You're having a nightmares again, Stitch. But it wasn't a dream. That doll just saved me. It's still in my arms. I look down at her. She is a little girl dressed in a snow-white dress. She blinks her eyes playfully as she smiles at me. But no one believes me and think I just want more dolls. They hand me a new doll as well as some old broken bolts of cloth and tell me to mend them, to embroider them with flowers and turn them into fine clothes. I like bright colors, but they bring me nothing but rags and old cloth. I want to play with moving dolls, but they give me only dolls with fake and moving smiles. I go to play quietly with my doll in a hallway, out of everyone's way as well as their disgust. Later, they just locked me up in a room full of cloth and fabric. I keep working, but the fabrics don't seem to end. It becomes more and more gloomy in the room, and the smell of dust weighs heavily on everything. As I work, my doll dances around me noisily. She can't talk, but she can smile and laugh. So she can't talk, but she can laugh? When her laughter is heard outside of the room, they yell at me to stop. But it's not me, just my little doll. I stroked my doll's long hair. Then they scold me for no reason and say that I'm crazy, that I'm a monster. What, for making noises? What the hell? Eventually, there is only the voice left. It only tells me one thing. Fix them. I don't want to go back to that nightmare. I weep day and night begging them to let me go. They remain silent and even send exorcists to come kill me. They keep saying that I'm a monster, that the room was full of corpses, but aren't they just dolls that they saved me? The room is becoming crowded and I can't even roll over inside. I suddenly realize that this isn't a room, it's a coffin. What the hell? I'm alive, but they put me in a coffin and nailed it shut. I curl up as my doll tightly in my arms. I hear them talking, sighing, weeping. They talk about sending me away. I hear the sound of a horse-drawn carriage and the roar of thunder and then a loud bang. Then everything went quiet except for the sound of rain. It takes me a long time to muster up the courage to cry and lift the lid. You son of a fudge. So I totally lost my freaking page and now I'm stuck in my home screen. Brilliant. Game, why are you such a biatch? You know, just pointing out there. Alright, so I'm gonna carry it on with part 3 of the Nether Heart. This is ridiculous. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first part of Nether Heart. So stay tuned.